Hey, what's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Thanks for coming out. Definitely appreciate that. We are just about ready to get this thing going, so we're going to be doing a question and answer today. So if you got questions, I think you guys know what to do. Alright, let's get this off of the screen. There we go. Alright, I think we're ready to do it. I think we are ready to do it. I see we got KFAD, we got Aaron, we got Codename. Hello, hello. Most important, how's your day going? Alright, we got Izza. What's up, buddy? Separate, nice to see ya. Who else is here? Mohammed, Keith, what's up, guys? Brandon. We got Nitro Duck, what's up, buddy? Dr. Floyd, how you doing today? Pixel 1, nice to see you guys. So what's everyone up to? I changed the old school gameplay to another old live stream from many years ago, so we got some old school gameplay for you guys. LH, good to see you, buddy. Abraham, hello, hello. Oh, Hacker Man won't be able to watch the stream today. Well, whatever you got going on, man, I hope you got something good. Alpha, Krill, what's up, guys? Walter. Excellent, nice to see ya. So we're doing a question and answer stream today. I'm sure you guys are probably going to have a lot of questions about the nerfs and buffs, but one thing you guys got to remember about nerfs and buffs, like right now they're in the testing stages, which means anything could happen. Every one of those nerfs and buffs, I mean, some of them are definitely going to go through, but just remember some of them might be canceled. Some of them could be more severe or less severe, so nothing's 100% set in stone right now. Those are just proposed nerfs that they're going to be testing out, and then once they finally decide what they want to do, so not all of those things are going to get hit. Right? I mean, even some of the buffs may or may not go through, we don't know. Personally, I would say as long as they tone down the Mauler, maybe give the ducks a little less damage, right? I think we're okay. Those are the two main things right now that need attention. LH says, I hate that they're going to hit the Raptor. Yeah, you know, I can understand the Raptor, right? I can totally understand it. It is very hard to take out. It's very overpowered. I'm kind of hoping they only nerf it a little bit. I do think the Raptor maybe needs turned down, but I'm hoping it's very, very, very small. Alright, Georgie, what's up? Hello, please don't spam the chat. If you have something to say, say it once, please. Alright, so Aaron finally got the Raptor from the ongoing common data patch yesterday, and they are nerfing it. That's definitely one of those deals where don't upgrade it until you find out if it's good after the nerf. So if you get something that's on the nerf list, do not put your resources into it. Do not upgrade it. Let it set. And then after the nerf hits, you know, a bunch of us will be able to test these things out and find out if they're still any good. So, all right, hold on a second. I got to time somebody out here. Oh, Lord, why do we have people acting crazy? Alright, timed out for 5 minutes for excessive spamming. Alright, please stop or you will be blocked from the channel forever. Timed out for 5 minutes. When you come back, if you do it again, you're out of here. Alright. Ab, what's up, buddy? How's your day going? Nitro says they should leave the jump alone on the Raptor. Yeah, you know, I think one of the main advantages it has of that jump is it can travel pretty far pretty quickly. So I can understand if they're going to make it jump not as far. I mean, I guess I get it. Personally, I really like the Raptor. It's one of my favorite robots to play. It's just really tough, but it is super overpowered, so I get why they're doing that. Have I tested the Dagon Sting combo? I think I've tried it at some point. The Stings are nice weapons until the fact that you're like, man, I gotta wait 437 seconds for these to reload. That's the only problem. Like, I really like the Stings, but the reload is redonkulous. The reload is redonkulous. But the amount of damage they do is great. I mean, 6 of those is going to hit really hard, but what is it, a 14 or an 18 second reload or something? That's a little bit crazy if you ask me. Alright, Nitro Duck says you can still use the jump module and the jump to get the long jump. I've never actually used the jump module. I don't know why. I mean, I see people do it all the time and it looks fun, but I've never actually tried it. But yeah, if you see one of those Raptors that jumps all the way across the map, that's what they're doing. Wait, $100 is 800 REAIS? What is 800 REAIS? Alpha, I'm not really sure what you mean by that, but you're saying that's crazy per module. I don't know what REAIS is. Maybe that's your money. So have you looked on the Worldbots web shop, Alpha? Because if you live in a specific country where the prices are higher, the web shop might help you out. Like if you buy D-Gems in the web shop and then buy it in game, it might be a lot cheaper for you if your country has the crazy exchange rate that makes it more expensive for you. Now my buddy from Mexico, he says that it's like way cheaper for him to buy stuff on the web shop compared to buying it on the in-game. So that's something, if you're trying to buy stuff, maybe look at the web shop instead of the in-game purchases, because sounds like a lot of people get better deals. Depends on the country you live in. F2P, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Vaults, what's up? Alright, so the Bagalier is a little bit on the weak side right now. It's got crazy good firepower. It's super strong damage, but it dies very easily. Now, they do have that on the list of robots to buff, so it is going to be getting an upgrade. I think it was like a 10 or a 20% durability increase, so I'm not really sure if that's going to be enough to make it feel durable or not, but it's kind of a slow robot with a huge amount of firepower. I mean, it's durable enough until like a Dux runs up on you or something, but you know, before the module rework, that's a robot I pretty much had in my hangar all the time. But after the rework, I haven't been playing it as much, is because it's too slow for the amount of durability it currently has. So it depends on how the buff it's going to be getting in a couple of weeks affects it. So the buff may make it very good, or it may still be just kind of so-so, but the firepower is sick, right? The firepower is sick, but the durability is a little subpar in my opinion on the Bagalier right now. But I'm really hoping, because I really enjoyed that robot, I'm really hoping the buff will make him playable again. I mean, it's playable, but it definitely wouldn't be my first choice right now. Alpha says, Danny, the game gave me 6,000 modules in 6 ultimate events. Fenrir, Burgasaro, and Phantom. There will be another event like this to collect free modules. I don't really know what they have planned, Alpha. Like, if you got some good stuff, that's awesome, but Pixonic doesn't really tell us about what they have planned for events and new stuff. Like, we find out about stuff around the same time as you guys do, so I don't really know. They don't really tell us much, to tell you the truth, as far as upcoming stuff. Alright, so your Shinlao. Now, I actually played Shinlao on my last live stream. It didn't do very well. It did not do very well. It just kept dying. Like, it's very squishy right now. But as far as building one, you're going to want to make sure you put as much durability. I mean, if you do build one, you want all the durability skills on the pilot. You want a durability drone. And when it comes to the specializations, I'm thinking I would probably go with the durability specialization, because, man, it died. It died so easy. Most of the time I would teleport to somebody and they would turn around and they would kill me before I had time to teleport again. So it wasn't doing super good. So right now, I don't have any specific recommendations other than maybe go with as much durability as possible if you're going to go ahead and do that, because I wasn't having any luck with it, unfortunately. Before the module rework and before the changes they made to it, it was excellent, but right now it's feeling a little bit so-so, unfortunately. Georgie, what's up, buddy? How you doing today? Alright, Brandon wants to know, should I upgrade my second Seeker drone? Alright, so I think they're planning on taking the anti-stealth down to 250 meters, so I think the Seeker is still going to be really good, but the problem is, well, you got to be really close to somebody for it to give you the anti-stealth anymore. So I guess it really depends on if you're going to be okay with that if it goes through. More than likely, my guess is that nerf will go through, so if you're playing it on something that's really a really close range robot, like a Revenant where you teleport to somebody or something like that, it's going to be worth it. But I think the Seeker is going to be very hit and miss depending on the robot at this point. I think it's going to work great on some robots, and it's not going to be great on others. I mean, if you're playing something that's going to, you're often going to be back 400, 500, 600 meters, it's probably not going to be your best bet unless somebody charges at you and gets close to you, so. Do I pay Pixonic? Not really. Please elaborate on the question. I don't know why you think I would pay Pixonic. I'm confused. Do I pay them for what? Abs, can you try a Ravager with Ballista or Storm? Well, right now we're just doing a question and answer, so I'm not actually playing the game today, but Storm? Didn't they buff those recently? Didn't they buff the Storms? I can't remember if I've played those since the buff, but the Ballista type of weapons, I don't think that would go over too well. But Storm might be kind of cool, actually. I might, you know what? I might have to try that. I'm gonna have to try that. Probably not today, but that is something I might try. But FAIZ phase, I would say 4 hammers are a good setup, but I think if I was playing the Bagglier, I would probably want to get some weapons with a little more range, because like I said, it dies pretty easy, so I would try and play it from a distance. Maybe if you got Prismas, I would use it more as a sniper right now with Prismas. What's my favorite robot in the game, including Titans? Alright, so favorite robot in the game right now. See, that's the thing, that they're always changing stuff so much. My favorites change from time to time. But my favorite Titan to play is Nodin. I'm sorry, Heimdall. I love the Heimdall. I really enjoy playing the Heimdall. But the thing is, the Mauler demolishes it. Mauler, once it gets downgraded, some of the other Titans might be viable again, unless the new Titan that's going to be coming out in a couple of months is another monster. So I don't know. I really like the Heimdall. I really like the Indra. Heimdall, Indra, and probably Luchador are my 3 favorite to play. Nodens is also really fun for me as well if you want to play support, but that's the thing. There's a lot of Titans that are currently really good. Like, there's a lot of Titans that are great if you take the Mauler out of the situation. You put the Mauler in the situation and every single Titan sucks except for the Mauler, basically. That's how I look at it. That thing has been a cancer to the game, I would say. I didn't like it. Hey, Gorik, how you doing today? 3D with shins now. What do you mean you have to think 3D with shins now? 3D. How do you think 3D? I don't know what that means. What is thinking 3D, bud? Can you please explain? Because I'm confused. He says you're gonna need something quiet if they can't hear you. You know what? I don't turn the game volume on when I play, so I don't know. I don't know what anything sounds like. But yeah, I mean, if somebody knows you're behind them, are there any weapons that are quiet though? I mean, all weapons make some sort of noise. But yeah, I guess if you can get behind somebody and they don't know it, that's the best way to play the Shinlao. But unfortunately, if you're shooting somebody in the buttocks, they're probably going to notice and turn around, you know what I mean? Alright, you got the decay weapons. I actually really like those. They're very strong weapons. But yes, they do shoot quite slowly, but if you can get over that, they're actually really good. They hit very hard. So when Pixonic nerfed the shooting speed, they also buffed the damage by like 10 or 15 or 20% or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but they gave them a nice damage boost and then made them shoot slower. But I still think those are excellent weapons if you can get used to it. A lot of people don't like them because they shoot slow, but if you can get used to it, they're great weapons still. They hit really hard, but I can understand why a lot of people don't want to play those anymore. I still enjoy playing them personally. Yusuf, what's up, buddy? Thank you. I appreciate that. Wait, what takes 1 year to get to a beacon on a big map? You must be playing the Leo, my friend. Back in the day, I never understood why they had the map Yamantau. Back when this game first started out, Yamantau was one of the more original maps towards the beginning of the game. And all the robots, it would probably take longer to walk across the map than you had time in the game. Or that's what it felt like, at least. I was always like, why do they make the robots so slow and the map so big? Storm is cheap weapons for free-to-play, Ab? Huh. Now, ballistas are pretty terrible. I played those and did not like them one bit, but the storms, I'm definitely going to have to give those a try soon because I'm not really sure how good they are. That might be interesting, actually. You'd probably be better off with the blast shotguns over the storms, though, I would think. Like, the blast shotguns are really nice. I know you can build those in the workshop. I'm not sure how you currently get the storms, but those were pretty weak. I do think they buffed them not too long ago, though, maybe. Yusuf, how is your day going? Rayhan Bani, what's up, man? I probably said your name wrong. I apologize. Alright, so is Ochi-Kochi with the shatters and splinters still worth building? Alright, so I really like the Ochi-Kochi. Shatters and splinters, I think it's going to be personal preference whether you like those or not. They feel okay, but they don't feel like they do anywhere near as much damage as they used to. So I'd say those Shatter Splinter weapons, I don't know. The last couple times I played them, I wasn't really into it. I was feeling like these are okay, but I wasn't really happy with the amount of damage they were doing. But they weren't bad, right? They weren't what I consider bad, but they weren't what I would consider doing great damage either. So now I can't remember if I was playing them from a little further away, because just like any shotgun, the closer you get, the more damage those do. I don't remember what robot I played them on or what distance I was playing from. I mean, from like 200 meters to point blank, those weapons are going to do some pretty nice damage. From like, 200 to 300 meters, they're doing decent damage, but 300 meters and on, they start to do crappier damage. I mean, I think they're decent if you can get close enough, but I still think there's a lot better weapons in the game. Alright. Best weapons for the Dagon robot. Alright, so you're trying to find weapons for Dagon. So right now, there's a lot of good choices. The thing with Dagon is, you've got 6 weapon slots. I mean, you can put 6 different weapons on the Dagon and still tear people to pieces if you got 6 really good weapons. So, if I were going to build a Dagon right now, man, I would probably run a mix of different weapons. I would probably put a couple of the Rust machine guns on it. I would probably put 1 or 2 of those on there, which would make so people would have a hard time healing. I would probably run a couple of the, I think the Screamers is the light sonic weapon. I really like that, but at least one of the Rust machine guns. I forget what the light one's called, but that's good. Like the Damper Tamer type of weapons, the one that does the Rust. One of those, maybe 2 of those. And then I think the Screamer type of weapons would be really good. I do like to play that thing from a distance, so what I look for on a Dagon most of the time is weapons with a 500 or a 600 meter range, because a lot of people run Shield Breaker and that robot dies pretty easily, so I don't like to brawl with it anymore. I don't like to do any up close fighting with it just because it's so squishy. But 6 weapons, that's a lot of firepower, and if you stay back a little bit, you can really beat some people up. Alright, so Ray, in my opinion, yes. Now with the blast shotguns like the mace, the hammer, the cudgel, you do have to be really close to get the most damage out of those, because those have a spread, right? The ammo spreads, so the further away you get, the less the hits. But if you're like 100 meters, 50 meters or closer, those do some really nice damage. Now if you're trying to do like 200 or 300 meters away, the Shatter Splinter would probably do a little bit more damage, so it depends on the distance you're playing at as far as which one would probably be your best bet there. But if you're playing brawling robots at really close range, then the hammer, mace, cudgel would be the way to go. But yeah, excellent. If you could find some quiet weapons, that would be nice. So he says the harpoons. I think I played the harpoons on the Shen Lao the other day. And they didn't seem to be doing bad, actually. I don't really like those weapons, but they seem to be doing pretty decent on there. The Hussar, yeah, that's not a weapon I'm very familiar with. I haven't played those in a long time. The thing about the Hussar is if you're lagging a little bit, you got to have perfect aim with those. I notice I miss a lot of the shots due to lag on the Hussar weapons, but they do nice damage. But yeah, I mean, the harpoons are pretty cool, actually. I don't love them, but they didn't do bad. K-Fed, yes, on my last live stream, I actually put the defense tree on the Devourer, and it really seemed to improve its performance big time. So I think that might have been how a lot of players were making it not squishy, was running the defense tree and putting those heavy armor kits on there. So I finally decided to try that on the last live stream, and I was like, hey, this thing doesn't feel half bad now. So I still don't like the weapons that it came with, but the defense tree definitely makes the Devour Titan a lot better. A lot better. Gravy says, yes, Aaron, matchmaking is broken. So right now they're supposed to be playing with the matchmaking, but they said what they were going to do is over the next couple of months, they were going to change the matchmaking a little bit, leave it set, see how it goes. Change it a little bit, leave it set, see how it goes. Change it a little bit. Then after they change it a bunch of times, eventually they're going to find out which ones seem to give the best results, and that's what they're going to go with. So they're supposed to be periodically tweaking the matchmaking a little bit. So I don't know. I do feel like the games, like when I'm playing solos or duos, I feel like the games are a little more balanced and they're better. Now, if I'm playing with a squad, that's a complete different story. Squad gameplay is pretty crazy right now because, I mean, you're going up against these guys. They got like 3 ducks and 2 raptors, or 2 ducks and 2 condors and a raptor, or, you know what I mean? You're going up against these guys that are like super paid players with the best of the best. I mean, me personally, I don't want to have more than 1 of each robot. But these guys are getting like 5 of the new thing, or, you know what I mean? These paid players in Champion League squads are nuts. It's not fun to go against those guys, but generally, most days, not all days, but most days when I'm playing solo or duo games, the matchmaking's been better than it was. I mean, I still run into the occasional game where I'm like, that sucked, but now I will say, like, the last couple of weeks, I think whatever change they must have made, because the matchmaking hasn't been quite as good the last week or two, so I'm not really sure if they've figured out what they want to do with it yet, but that's how they're supposed to be tweaking the matchmaking currently. So I'm really hoping that they get it at a good spot one of these days. That would be wonderful. Alright, Madeline's trying Ravager with spikes and having so much fun. These do huge damage. So when do they buff these, right? When do they buff those weapons? Because I'm going to tell you what, when I played them on the last stream, they didn't feel bad. But the time I played them before that, they were doing what felt like 0 damage. So at some point, they must have buffed those. Danny bro, you are allergic to mode. Why am I not yet? Yusuf, I don't understand, buddy. You are allergic to mode? Why am I not yet? Danny bro, you are allergic to mode. Why am I not yet? I am very confused. Ab says the Sport Wave drone works with the Condor or the Curry. Now, I don't know if I've tried to play that on the Condor, but it does work really good on the Curry. I'm sorry. I don't know if I've tried that on the Curry, but it works really good on the Condor. I've tried it on a few other robots and didn't like it. So far, I've only liked it on the Condor, but yeah, I haven't tried it on the Curry. Yusuf says, I cannot blame Danny, bro. Its chat is more. Yusuf, you're confusing me, buddy. You're confusing me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try those old harpoon weapons out again on some more robots. I think I got a bunch of them on my account, so maybe I'll throw them on like the Ultimate Fenrir. See how that goes. Imagine that, Ultimate Fenrir with weapons that give him a shield. That would be pretty crazy. Fenrir is a little bit too slow with weapons with that close of a range, though. Most important, are you asking something? I haven't seen you post anything. I'm not actually on the game today during the question and answer, though. Yusuf, thank you, buddy. Another donation. Thank you, thank you. Aaron says, Danny, they should ban us from having two of the same robots in the same hangar. Here's the thing, right? They're never going to prevent that. That would be a bad business decision. Right? If a brand new robot comes out and you got to pay money to get it, if you're only allowed to buy one, well, you're only going to get money for one, right? If you get people who buy enough stuff to get 5, that means they just made a huge amount of money selling you enough data pads to get 5. So I don't think they're ever going to make a ban where about how many of the same thing. Honestly, that would be a great thing for the game and that would balance the game, but I just don't think that's ever going to happen just for a business standpoint, because the amount of money they make from those whales is insane. Like, you know, the crazy thing is, like, 98% of the profit comes from the whales. Like, only like the regular players that spend a little bit here and there or spend a decent amount, that's like only a very small percent of the profit. So most of the money comes from the whales buying all the crazy stuff. At least that's my understanding. Now, I've spoken to a few different game developers, and I'm not just talking Pixonic here, but I'm talking about a bunch of mobile game developers, not maybe a bunch, but 2 or 3 of them that I've spoken to in the past all say the same thing. The 1 or 2% of huge spenders pays more than the average everybody else, which is crazy. So these games aren't going to shut off their monetization revenue or whatever. So personally, I think that would be amazing if they would do that, but unfortunately, I don't think they ever will. Ronan says, I missed those graphics. I hear ya. The weird thing is, I haven't seen... It must not be showing me everybody's chat, because I haven't seen them asking about the Falcon. Like, I'm actually scrolling up and down and I do not see Most Important posting anything. So for some reason, if he's posting anything, I'm not seeing it. It's not showing up on my screen. Most Important, man, I'm sorry if I'm not if anybody, like, if I'm not answering anybody's stuff, I don't know, maybe it's not showing me everybody's comments. I mean, I got it on live chat. That's supposed to show me everybody's comments, but someone said he was asking about testing out his Falcon, but I haven't seen him post anything except for when the stream first started. I saw he was here. I said hello, but I haven't seen him post anything else since, so I don't know. That's weird. Now I see him post hi. What's up, buddy? Hades, he says, best free-to-play weapons for Ravager. Alright, so you're looking for free-to-play weapons for the Ravager. Are you talking about workshop weapons? That would be my guess. Hold on. Let's go look at what medium weapons are currently available to build in the workshop. Let's find out. You want medium weapons for Ravager. So you can actually play this thing close range or short range pretty easily, in my opinion. I gotta figure out how to get to the workshop. Hold on. I don't know why they don't have an easier way to get there. Maybe there is, and I'm too dumb to figure it out. But alright, so what do we got? So you wouldn't want those. Alright, so the radiation weapons, if you don't mind something that shoots slow, that would do a lot of damage per shot. The mace would be decent if you're trying to play it at really close range. Now, I didn't really like the bendy bullets on there. I did try that. Didn't care for it. Nucleons would be okay. I mean, not nucleons, but the atomizers would be decent. You know, glacier, cryos would be decent. What else would be good for that? Pulsars aren't bad. I actually played the Pulsars. I was doing really good with the Pulsars. They got nice range. I mean, 5 of them was doing great. Honestly, I think your best bet, if you want to play it from a distance, I would say the Pulsars, because they got really good range. I mean, that robot's really designed to be played from a range, so I don't really see anything else that would be good for a long range, but I think if you wanted to play up close, I would say cryos or the blast shotguns would be good. Sonics would be fine, but the problem is those got like a really long reload now, so the Sonics are good for like a one-on-one situation, but if you get into a group fight where there's 2 or 3 people, I mean, you can always go into the ability and let those reload, so Sonics wouldn't be a bad idea, but personally, I think your best bet's the Pulsars if you're looking for workshop weapons. They're not bad. I mean, they're not the best weapons anymore, but they're pretty decent. 5 of them felt good. 4 of them feels okay. 3 of them feels eh. And 5 of them felt quite nice. So I think you have enough of them. They're really good. Alright, Madeline says spikes for Ravager. Yeah, that might be good too. I don't think you can get those in the workshop, though. I didn't see them in there. I don't think those were in the workshop, were they? Hold on a second. He's looking for workshop weapons. No, I don't think you can get those in there. No, they're not in there. Alright. Webbers. Actually, you know, Webbers. You can build the Webbers. Good call. That would be good on there as well. I mean, those things hit really hard. And they have an 800 meter range, so that would also be very ideal. So good call on that one. Who said that? Where'd that go? I lost it. Nitro said it. Somebody else said it too. Oh well. But yeah, whoever said that first, good call. Ronan says Condor flies longer, but now it's more squishy. Are you talking about on the test server? Personally, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people complain that the Condor is really hard to kill, and it kind of is. So, I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad if they're making it more squishy. It is kind of nice to have longer flight time, but it depends on what shoots the Condor, right? If you get shot by some stuff, the Condor's like, I don't care if you're shooting me, no big deal. You get shot by other stuff, like you get a Ravager with those new weapons on there, it'll blow you out of the sky. So it just depends on what you're being shot at, how that's going to affect the Condor, I guess. Hey, Diablo, how you doing there? Diablo wants to know why. He says, why I'm so handsome, Danny. I don't know why you're so handsome. Handsome, whatever. Hamsome, what? I can't say it. I suck at speaking. Alright. Shahid wants to know, do we get a pilot upgrade better than 20%? You know, I'm not really sure what they're doing with those upgrades because they always vary. I see sometimes it's a little more, it's a little less. I'm not actually sure what the maximum is. I don't have a very good memory, and that's not something I've really paid much attention to. So I'm not really sure what the most we get on the pilot upgrades are. I mean, I've actually seen on some things 40 to 50%, but not very often. Like once or twice we saw like a 50% or a 40%. Sometimes it's like a 10 or a 20%. So I think it really just depends on what Pixonic decides to do at that time, but I'm not really sure if there's any rhyme or reason to how much and when. That's something I haven't really figured out. Maybe there's some sort of pattern to it, but I'm not quite so sure. Racialized, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Wafts do pack a huge punch, but the reload is awful. That's the only reason. You know, if they would give those quicker reload times, the Wafts would be amazing. All right, Johnny Saint said I started making Webers for my Ravager. That's a really good choice, honestly. What's the best free-to-play weapons in my opinion? It really depends on the robot. So, you not know, I would say right now. All right, let's pull up the web shop. So, if you don't mind a weapon that shoots slow and you want a decent amount of range, Blight, Decay, and Hazards, I like them. Some people can't stand how slow they shoot. So, these aren't for everybody, but I like them personally. For up close fighting, the Mace, Cudgel, and Hammers are great. These you got to be like 50 meters or closer to do the most damage since they're shotguns and they have a spread, but I really like these on my brawlers. They're one of my favorite free-to-play brawling weapons. Prismas, those are excellent long-range heavy weapons. Love those for something like a Behemoth or a Baglier. If you're going to play from a distance, those are excellent for long range. Magnetars are nice little light weapons. They're not as good as they used to be. They recently got rebalanced and they're okay right now. I still like them. If you want to snipe, Volt, Weber, and Gauss, those are good sniper weapons with an 800 meter range. Nucleon, Quarker, and Atomizer, I think those are great all-around weapons. They can be used up close. They can be used at 500 meters. If they overheat, you can let go of them. It takes like 2 or 3 seconds for them to cool down. So I think those are really nice weapons. If you like rocket weapons and don't mind something with like a 300 meter range or closer, Glacier, Cryo, and Rhyme are really good. Those things pack a major punch right now. I think they're a little harder to use than some weapons, but those are really nice. I really like the Redeemers. Those are a heavy weapon with a 350 meter range. Love those things. Pulsars are a decent medium weapon. Like, I kind of want to suggest those, but at the same time, I know not everybody's going to like them, so that one may be hit and miss for some people. But I think those are the main ones I actually like that you can build in the workshop right now. Avalanche is decent. Not everybody's going to like that, but those are pretty good. If you don't mind the long reload times, the Scatter, Havoc, and Devastators are nice, but they got really long reloads, and I find if I'm lagging, I tend to miss a lot of the shots, so I don't play those. There's a few people out there that still love these weapons, but I don't know. I don't have good luck with them due to missed shots all the time. The game's always kind of laggy. But yeah, those are the main ones I would currently look at, but I mean, if I'm a brawler and I'm playing free-to-play weapons, I normally just grab the Cudgel, Mace, and Hammer, unless I want to play something with a little more range. But those are my all-around. The Cudgel, Mace, and Hammer and the Atomizer, Quarker, Nucleons are probably my favorite all-arounders right now. So if I want something that's good from any distance, I grab these. If I want something for just pure up-close fighting, I'll grab these. And if I want something from a distance, those aren't a bad choice if you don't mind them shooting really slow. So that's kind of how I look at it personally. What's up, 51? How you doing today? See me doing WRK. See me doing work? Is that what that says? Ab says Webers are crazy, but for free to play they would take forever. Alright, Shahid said it's not worth wasting silver in workshop. I don't know about that. Some things, I mean, if you're a free-to-play player, you're not going to be able to get any good weapons without building stuff in the workshop for the most part. Now, they are talking about reworking the workshop. They're supposed to be doing a complete rework on the workshop. And I think they said it's not going to cost silver anymore. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but it actually sounds like the workshop rework they were thinking about doing would actually benefit the players in a big way if you were building things in the workshop. I don't know exactly how it works, but if I understood it correctly, if they actually do that, it's going to be a really good thing for the players. So hopefully I understood it properly, and if so, I hope they actually do that. Bubble Beast, hello, nice to see ya. If I miss anybody's comments, I'm sorry. The comments scroll down and I'm yapping, yap. So sometimes I do miss some comments. Gravy says, everyone on Android that hacks and the no-skill noobs. Yeah, I think if you hack, you either have... I can see 3 reasons for somebody to hack. Number 1, they enjoy ruining other people's time. You're just a trash burger who likes to ruin other people's fun. That's one reason to hack. Number 2, you suck so bad at the game that you can't play worth a crap sandwich without them. Or number 3, you're just one of those people that cannot stand losing, and if you lose a game, you probably got some sort of like mental illness where you go, I lost, and then you go nuts and bang your head into the wall, and you know what I mean? One of those three things is probably why people hack the game. The last one I just kind of made up. The first 2, I believe the first 2 are real. The last one was just some dumb crap I made up, but yeah, I think you either just love ruining people's day or you just suck at the game so bad you can't do anything without them. So it's got to be one or the other. Hey, Blue Dragon, how you doing today? Trippy, what's up, man? You just got a Pathfinder. Well, I don't know which weapons you have. So my favorite 2 sets of weapons for the Pathfinder are the Shiones and the Atomizers. I'm trying to think if I played anything else on there I like, but I absolutely love those 2 set of weapons. If you got the Shiones, throw the Shiones on there. They do so good. I don't remember those being on the nerf list, so if you haven't leveled them up already, I would go double check and make sure they weren't planning on nerfing those before you do upgrade them, but I don't think they were on the list to get nerfed, were they? But I really like the Shiones, and I really like the Atomizers on that robot. Alright, what's better, Khepri or Angler? Well, which one's better? I don't know. I guess the one you enjoy playing more is going to be better. So last time I played Khepri, it did great. Last time I played Angler, it did great. So I don't know if one was really better than the other. I mean, they're both very different. Khepri is like an attack healer, and I don't even know what I would really consider the other one. I guess a pain in the butt brawler. But yeah, I mean, they're both really good. I would say the Anglers, for me, I would say I would almost rather play the Angler because it's got a great ability. Like right now, we got the new Samjok robot on the battlefield. So I think the Angler could actually... The Angler's ability, how it always goes into phase shift and sometimes blind you, might be a really good thing to help fight against that new Samjok, I'm thinking. I'm just taking a guess on this one because I haven't played the Angler versus the Samjok, but I've just got a feeling that the Angler is going to be a good robot to fight Samjok because it constantly goes into phase shift. But yeah, those are both really good robots. I mean, I did a build video on both of them within the last couple of months. I'm pretty sure they were both after specializations, so they were both doing great. You might want to look up those videos if you're wanting to see builds for them. You might want to look those videos up. But yeah, I definitely did a Kepfree build and I did a build for the Angler, and they were both great. I love both of those robots. Magnetars or Blights better for the Kepfree? If I were going to play the Kepfree, I would probably go with the Magnetars personally. Jack, how's your day going? So Blights, here's the thing with the Blights. They shoot really slowly, so if you're trying to do any up-close brawling type of combat, I don't think I would want to use the Blights. Now, if you're trying to stay back 500-600 meters away and play from a distance and just kind of be a support, I think either one would be just fine. I mean, the radiation weapons shoot really slowly now, but I don't know. I kind of really like the Magnetar still. They don't do as much damage as they used to, but they got decent damage. They lock people down. The reload's pretty fast. They're pretty nice. I mean, both sets of weapons would be good, but I think it depends on your playing style as to which set you put on there. But the thing about the Magnetars is they got nice range, so you can play them from a little bit of a distance or up close. They got a fast reload. They don't shoot slowly. So personally, I think I would go with the Magnetars if I had to choose between the two, but I could play either one. Oh, Spartan says do the third one again. I don't really remember what I don't remember what I said for the third one, so I probably can't repeat it, but I just made something up. Now I've already forgotten. Edward says hackers equal not very nice human beings. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing against the computer and you hack a game for fun, okay. But when you're playing against other players, that probably kind of let you know what type of a person somebody is if they're running hack against other live players. I mean, in my opinion, you can do the right thing in life or you cannot do the right thing. And if you're hacking, you're definitely not doing the right thing in life, right? You're doing something that's rotten and dishonest, and you're cheating. It's not the right thing to do. And a lot of people say, oh, we do it to get back at Pixonic. No, you're not getting back at Pixonic. You're screwing over other players. You're ruining their gameplay. You're taking the fun away from other players who are just trying to play a game which does not get back at Pixonic. It just ruins other people's fun time, which is a crappy thing to do to other players. You know what I mean? What about the Growler on the Pathfinder? Yeah, I mean, the Growler's good. If you got those, I mean, those are just beasts of weapons right now, so that would be excellent on the Pathfinder, actually. Yeah, those are good. Those are very nice. I don't know. I think those might have been, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think they were on the nerf list, which is really surprising because those haven't been out very long, and that makes me grumpy when something comes out and then they nerf it really quickly, but Edward says, with the upcoming nerfs to the ducks, raptors, and condors, will allow the Samjock to shine. The Samjock's already a freaking monster. Some people were telling me last night that it was too squishy and they need to buff it. I'm like, you obviously don't know. I'm like, you're not playing it right. Because if you can't do good with the Samjock, you are definitely playing it wrong, because that thing is a beast. Yes, it dies easy, but man, it's so easy to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 94 kills before they finally take you out. I mean, there are games where I drop in and somebody blows it up in the first 2 seconds that it's alive. That happens. But I would say 90% of the games, I get a quick 2 to 5 kills really quickly before they finally take me out. I mean, it's kind of a kamikaze robot, but it's got such strong firepower. It's you gotta learn to play that thing right. It's just a beast. It's one of the scariest robots to go against right now, because it's really hard to figure out how to counter that thing. You can't really counter it. It drops that little body on the ground that shoots the crap out of you, and you can't damage that. I mean, that body hits way too hard. Edward says Sam Jock is very sneaky. Yeah, you gotta sneak up on people. You gotta confuse people. It's like the true Loki right there. They should have named that the Loki. That would have been a better Loki than the Loki we currently have. Bubble Bee says, I always think a hacker is not a strong player. Probably not. Probably not. Some of those clans that we know for sure that hack, I've actually ran into them a couple of times when they forgot to turn their hacks on, right? And we just obliterated them. I'm not going to say any names, but for example, there's one hacking clan we ran into. We smashed them. We completely smashed them, like destroyed them like they didn't even exist. And then we dropped into the next game and we got them again, and they remembered to turn on their hacks or whatever. So it was then they just obliterated us in less than 2 minutes. So yeah, that tells me right there. I've had that happen 2 or 3 times where I ran into one of those hacking clans that wasn't running their hacks for a game, and they got destroyed. And then you drop into the next game with them and they got the hacks on, and they obliterate you in 2 minutes. Gravy, you stealth on a Mauler. So there is a possibility, if you're running the right mothership, you can give your Titan stealth. So are you sure that was a hack? Because that could have just been the mothership. Now, if he was going into stealth like every 2 seconds, that's a different story. But if you saw him go into stealth a couple times in a game, he was probably just running the mothership that gave him stealth. So Kron says it's fun killing hackers. You know, it's funny, every once in a while you run into somebody who probably is brand new at hacking. They just got their hacks. They don't know how to work them yet. And they suck. If you can find one of those really bad hackers that doesn't do it right and you can destroy them, that's always the best. Because you know that guy is really pissed off. He probably just spent like a couple $100 to buy a bunch of hacks and he's still getting his ass kicked. That's the best right there. I love destroying the crappy hackers, man. You know they got to be mad. I mean, I don't know for sure if they cost what it costs to buy them, but I bet those people are charging a couple $100 for those hacks. There's a couple of YouTube channels that sell hacks and a bunch of other turd tacos that sell them, and I doubt they're cheap. But either way, they suck. Hackers suck. Bardella, yeah, this is old. This is from probably, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. This is old game footage here. So yeah, this is really old game footage. Ronan says the lifesaver turret. Lifesaver turret. Lifesaver. What's the lifesaver? That's one of the mothership turrets, right? I'm having a brain fart on that one. It sounds familiar. I'm thinking that's what's giving you the stealth. Pretty sure. I don't got a good memory, so I forget things. I always got to go look at stuff and refresh my memory half the time, but I'm pretty sure he's saying that's the one that gives you the stealth, and that sounds right. Excellent. I actually hear what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. I mean, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but I understand your logic there, actually. Hey, Lucy, how you doing today? Alright, so Mahavajra or Glaven Lance on the Indra. I would definitely go with the Mahavajras over Glaven Lance. Glaven Lance are cool weapons. I mean, they never run out of ammo, but they're really designed to be played back from a little bit of a distance, and they're not super strong weapons. Now, the Maha and the Mahavajra, they hit extremely hard from close distances, so that's pretty much what you want to run, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, you got 5 Dagons? Alright, so Lord Voldemort, wait, we're not supposed to say his name. Gosh darn it. I just spoke the name of the one we shall not speak of, but so you got 5 Dagons, right? I say keep 2 and sell the other 3 for silver. I mean, honestly, I don't really, unless you're one of those people that really like playing a whole bunch of the same robot, like, I generally keep 2 of each robot, just in case. But there's no point to have 5, especially if you're not going to play them. I mean, honestly, it's just hang on to them or sell them for silver are your really only choices there. Yes, sir, says Sam Jock. Doesn't need no buff. Mine gets the job done. Yep. Anybody who thinks it needs a buff just hasn't figured out how to play it yet. It really took me a minute to, it took me a minute. Like when I dropped mine in for the first time, I would say it took me about 4 games to figure out what to do with it. So I was like, all right, I'm actually normally, I can't get on the test server due to some weird glitch. Like I can never get on the test server. So I don't get to play the new stuff on the test server. So normally when I get it on the live server, I get to play it for the first time. But I was like, I'm going to go play 3 or 4 games with this robot before the live stream and actually like try it out first, because I had a feeling that it was going to be one of those robots that takes a minute to get used to. And yeah, after about 4 games, I was like, all right, I kind of got an idea how to play it. But Ronan says, hacker equals noobs. V-Dog says 94 kills. Yeah, if you don't get at least 94 kills per game, man, you're doing it wrong. Just depends. I know I probably missed a whole bunch of comments. I'm sorry. Nimble says, what are the best weapons for the bedwear? Ah, man. I want to say the flamethrowers, but my understanding is those are on the list of weapons to be nerfed, so Avoras and Vayrons if they nerf the flamethrowers. I like to have a little bit of distance with that robot, so I would say the Avoras and the Vayrons are going to be your best bet for that robot. But, I mean, Mahavajra would be great if you want to play up close. I love the flamethrowers, but I guess they're getting nerfed, unfortunately. Alright, what do I think about using fortifiers for the defense on the Dagon? Alright, so here's the problem with this. Fortifiers were amazing until people started running Shield Breaker. Anybody who has the unstable conduit module, all they got to do is use their module, and now they have Shield Breaker and they can kill you right through the shield. The Raptor with a certain drone, Shield Breaker. There's so many things that can make you get killed through your shield, and at that point, the fortifier does absolutely no good for your shield. So, I mean, watch the video that I'm going to put out tomorrow, and you'll understand why I'm complaining about. You'll understand why I wouldn't run a fortifier right now. But there's a certain robot some people have been asking me about, and it's got a shield, and you're just going to see I'm constantly being shot through the shield while my shield's up. So fortifier is only helpful for those small amount of people who don't have shield breakers. So basically, Shield Breaker ruins robots with shield, and it ruins fortifiers. Gravy says Kestrel versus Hawkeye. Oh, man. Well, Hawkeye is great for healing. Kestrel is great for healing. I mean, the thing is, Hawkeye, what's the range on the Hawkeye? 350 meters, so it has to be able to shoot somebody. I think it really depends on the robot. I mean, if you're playing like a Loki, I would definitely go for the Kestrel. If you're playing like an Amugi, depending on the range of weapons you're playing, I guess that would depend on... If I'm playing the Amugi mainly from a distance, I would go with the Kestrel. If I was playing the Amugi a little closer, I might consider the Hawkeye. So I think it depends on the robot and the range you're playing at. So I mean, if you're playing a stealth robot, both of those are going to give you healing, right? Now, for some weird reason, when you put a Kestrel on the Loki, it constantly heals you back to full health. I think there's a bug with it on the Loki. But, I mean, they're both good. That's one of those deals where if you're playing a stealth robot, either one's great. But if you're not playing a stealth robot, then definitely the Hawkeye. What's up, Mr. Broken Chair? You got a Raptor from the data pads. That's awesome, but don't put any resources into it yet because it is on the nerf list of things to get nerfed. So if I were you, I would wait till the nerf happens and then we can find out if it's still worth playing. So anything that's on the nerf list, I wouldn't upgrade it yet. That's the one thing that sucks when nerfs are coming out and you get something that's really good right now. Nerfs are a pain. Mr. Broken saving up more platinum. Edward says, unstable conduit killed shield bots. It did. I mean, I absolutely loved playing my Hades. Now it's almost unplayable, you know. Excellent says, so if your bank is big enough, no shield is a threat. I mean, if you got, well, physical shields, right? There's nothing that really breaks physical shields yet, but energy shields, yeah, everybody goes right through them now, unfortunately. All right, do I think that the Calamity or Glory is better than Hammer on Lynx? Are we talking Ultimate Calamity or Ultimate Glory? If so, then either one of those would be great, yes. I would run those over the Hammer. If you're talking regular Glory or regular Calamity, I would definitely run the Hammers. Yeah, Ares sucks now. You can't play Ares because of the dumb shield breaker. Akuz, what's up, buddy? Like, they're buffing the Nemesis. You know what? If the Nemesis buff sounds amazing until you realize everybody's just going to kill me through the shield anyway, so what's the point? Alright, Akuz has a question. Does Curie have a damage stacking bug? Akuz, I haven't noticed that. He says, each kill from a Curie gave me 8 stacks of damage. I remember that 5 kills gave me 33 stacks of damage. I don't know, man. I haven't heard anything about this. That's interesting. I mean, 33 stacks of damage is huge. Yeah, I don't know. That could have been a glitch. I don't know. If I were you, especially maybe even if you have a screenshot, that would be better. But maybe report that to game support or something as a bug. But yeah, I've never seen that or heard about that yet. That sounds crazy. All right, Ultimate Riker. Is it worth using if you don't have the pilot? I don't think I've played it without the pilot. I don't really know what the pilot does or how much that affects it, but so here's the deal. This is my opinion on the Ultimate Riker. So I played it with the pilot, and it was really squishy. It died really easily, but the ability did a huge amount of damage. The ability did a giant amount of damage. So I think if you played it really carefully, it was a beast, but does anybody know what the pilot does for that, the ultimate pilot? Because I'm not really sure if that's a really helpful pilot or not, to tell you the truth. Gravy says Armadillo gives you stacks. Yeah, but that's defense points, I think. I don't think it really gives you big stacks of damage, does it? Ab says I blocked the bad manners person. Who had bad manners? I didn't see any bad manners. I haven't seen anybody causing problems. I don't know who you blocked, but Excellent says now there's a shotgun that goes through solid shield. Is that on the test server? I haven't actually got to, I can't get on the test server to test that stuff out, so I didn't actually see what the new weapons on the test server were, so I'm guessing that's probably what you're talking about. Kestrel is the best all-arounder. I think Kestrel is excellent for robots that go into stealth. Gravy said Danny told us a hack. I don't think so, sir. I don't even know what you're referring to, but I did no such thing. How dare you say I did that? What are you talking about? The unstable conduit? Yeah, that thing's shield breaks everything. It's almost, I mean, it feels like hacking. You know, when the shield breaker came out, we were all unhappy about it. That's one thing I wish they would have never added to the game, was shield breaker. I think that's one of the worst things they've added to the game, honestly. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if your robot has an energy shield, it relies on that shield to stay alive. So basically, now they give you a thing you can use at will to wreck any robot that has a shield. So, I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if only a few robots have it, but they put that on unstable conduit that you can use 24 hours a day, anytime you want, on any robot. That sucks. Hey Morgan, how's it going, bud? Good to see ya. Alright, so Lord Delth, name we shall not say. Raptor hasn't been nerfed yet, my man. Nothing's been nerfed yet. So the nerfs are being tested on the test server, and they probably won't go live for a few weeks or maybe even like a month or so. So we won't really know until the nerfs actually go live and we get to see what they've actually decided to do to it. So, don't know. I hope it's still good, but we're not really sure. Hey Rika, how you doing today? Hammer or Redeemer? Alright, so are you trying to play at close range, or do you want to stay back a little bit? So a hammer is a weapon that does the most damage at 50 meters or closer. And, you know, it'll do a little bit of damage at like 500 meters. But Redeemer is going to do nice damage from 350 meters to point blank. So it depends. I mean, if you're playing right up in somebody's face, I would say the hammer's better. But if you want to stay 200-300 meters away and like keep a little bit of distance, then I would definitely go with the Redeemer. So that one's definitely going to play on your playing style. Ah, the Manny pilot on the Curry. That's an interesting thought because that will stack up some damage. Can you get 30 some stacks off of Manny pilot? I'm not so sure, but that's an interesting thought. Ah, so okay. The Ultimate Riker pilot gives him execute at 15% health. You know what? You would be, if that's all that pilot does, you would be fine without it. I mean, personally, I didn't like the Ultimate Riker, even though I think it's a really good bot. It didn't fit my playing style. It's not something I would play with or without the pilot. But if that's all the pilot does, yeah, I mean, you would be fine with some other pilot. I would probably throw like a Trixie Hope on there for extra healing then, but yeah, if that's all it truly does is give you execute at 15% health, I think you would be fine without the pilot. I mean, that execute's going to be nice, but it's not going to be something that's like a giant necessity for that robot or anything. Akuz, I have Hammer on Curry with Curly Pilot and Persephone. It's not a bad build. Not bad at all, actually. Edwards said, I have never liked Shield Breaker and Lockdown. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Negative effects, I hate them all. I mean, it's like they're adding too many things that make so you can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. Too many cannot do things, right? Lockdown, freeze, anti-gravity craplifiers. I mean, there's so many things that just make, like EMP. What else is there? Shield Breaker is a can-do one, so that's a little bit different, but I still hate it. But all these negative effects, I can't stand them. Hate them. Hate them. I wish they would remove all the negative effects and the Shield Breaker from the game. Excellent says, Dagon is not usable at all right now. I think it's usable if you play it more like a sniper, but you kind of got to play it as a sniper because of all the stupid shield breakers. Shield breaker sucks. Shield breaker, you suck! That's all I got to say. Gravy says, Hawkeye has shield breaker. Yeah, but I think it only works on the Raptor. I don't think that shield breaker works on other robots. I'm pretty sure it's only on the Raptor. How about Versant on the Curry? Alright, so last time I played that, I liked it. I haven't actually played that recently, so I'm not really sure if I would still like it, but to have a Versant on the Curry did great last time I played it. Excellent says EMP is the absolute worst of all of them. It sucks to get EMP'd. I'm going to tell you what though, I get really freaking tired of being locked down every 2 seconds. And I get really tired of being killed through my shield. Like those two are the ones that bother me the most. I don't like being EMP'd, but it doesn't bother me as much as lockdown or shield breaker. I hate those two. EMP also sucks, especially if you're about ready to die, but oh yeah, lockdown motherships. Yeah, I mean, everything freaking locks you down these days. It's crazy. Brandon, yes, they're talking about nerfing the Avalon mothership. I'm not surprised. It's far superior to any other mothership in the game, so I'm not surprised, honestly. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, but I am not surprised. I was kind of waiting for that to happen. I've been expecting it. But, you know, it's finally happening. Alright, Shahid wants to try the EMP drone. I guess you're talking about Whiteout, right? Whiteout is a very good drone on robots. On the right robot, the Whiteout's awesome. Like on a Scorpion or a Shinlao or something like that. Anything you're playing close to people. It really messes up the other players. So, I mean, it's in the game, even though we all hate the EMP, but it's a good drone. It's easy to get, and it's a nice drone, so. Alpha says, bro can use Dagon with Gangles. It really claps everyone. You know what? I can imagine that's pretty crazy. If somebody doesn't kill you first, you're guaranteed to kill them if you can get close enough with that. Patrick says Shield Breaker would be okay if they got rid of unstable content. Well, that's the thing. Shield Breaker wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't everywhere. The amount of Raptors with the Hawkeye drone that give you unlimited Shield Breaker is ridiculous. Everybody being able to just hit their power cells and get Shield Breaker is ridiculous. It's too much, right? If a couple of robots here and there had Shield Breaker, it would still suck, but it wouldn't. You would still be able to play your. Shield robots if it wasn't for those two things. Those two things just kind of suck the fun out of certain things on the game, I would say, but what can you do? Ab, you out of here. Have a great day. Madeline says, let's not forget the phase shift. So, I don't remember this, but I guess on the early days of my YouTube channel, I would get really mad when people would phase shift, and I would say, this isn't any different than cheating. I hate phase shift. I don't really remember this, but somebody was watching some of my older videos, and I guess I used to consider phase shift the same thing as cheating. Phase shift isn't that bad anymore because you don't see that many people running it, but now that we have that new robot out, oh man, we're all gonna get really sick of it. That new robot's always in phase shift. People are gonna eventually hate it again. So, yeah, phase shift is a kind of a pain. Johnny says, "Yep, lockdown sucks. Sure does." Ardit, what's up? How you doing today? But Jay, good to see ya. Alright, so he says, I don't like the idea of not being able to move your stuff to a new mothership. I don't understand that one. I don't understand why that's like that. Part of me wonders, did they do that intentionally, or is there some sort of weird game glitch that they couldn't figure out how to fix that's causing that? Because I just can't see why they would have intentionally done that. I really can't understand that one. Like, why would taking a turret off of your mothership get rid of it forever? I don't get it. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. I don't know. Like, in a business standpoint, I can understand why they do what they do. If you were the business owner and your goal is to make money, I get it, but that's just the one that I still don't feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like that was a money-making decision for some weird reason. I could be wrong. Maybe they're making way more money off of it than I think they are, but I'm probably wrong about that. Maybe it was a money-making decision, but I just can't figure that one out. I'm just still blown away in wondering why they've done that. I mean, I don't know. That one just doesn't make sense to me personally. Alright, so he says, I ran into a Dagon with 6 of the fancy halos. Oh yeah, that would hurt. Those ultimate halos. I figure you're talking about the ultimates. That's a powerful setup. Yeah, Mr. Broken. Yeah, the Aramis type of weapons are on the nerf list. So, if you get some, don't level them up yet. Don't level them up yet. I think they're talking about taking like 40% of the damage away from those. So, I think they are going to heal you more, but do less damage or something like that. But I got a feeling they're gonna heal you up, but you're not gonna be able to. You're pretty much gonna tickle people with those after the nerf, I do believe. All right, so he says I like the shield breaker because some robots their shield just regenerates too quick. I can see that there were a couple of robots like the Dagon. The shield on the Dagon was ridiculous, right? I think the unstable conduit was actually designed to be an indirect nerf to the Dagon shield because that was just ridiculous. The shield on that thing, I mean, it would like regenerate so quick, it was horrible. Spartan says you have to use Sam Jog like a ninja. You know what? I would agree with you. He's like a ninja bot. Yeah, I like that, a ninja. Maybe that's what we'll nickname him, is the ninja. Hellburner for Samjock. K-Fed, what do you mean Hellburner for? Do you mean or? I would rather run the Samjock if you're asking between. I don't know if that's a typo or if I'm just too stupid to understand your question. Could be one or the other. Nemesis says I'm running Mark II Punishers for Ardent Tamugi. I mean, Punishers are the best free-to-play weapon you're going to get that are cheap to upgrade, right? They're really good for what they are. I mean, the 10-second reload sucks, but all new players should put Punisher and Punisher T's on everything until they get something better, because those weapons will carry you up to Champion League. Spartan says the Lifesaver turret gives you stealth. Thank you, Spartan. So yeah, sometimes you do see Titans go into stealth because of the mothership turrets. Yeah, Hellers and Grellers are good on anything, Sahid. Those are probably the most powerful basic weapons. I mean, I don't know if I would call them basic, but they're like a normal feeling weapon. But honestly, I feel like the damage is fine, but they shouldn't have a 600 meter range or 500 or whatever it is. I can't remember if they're 5 or 600. I'm telling you, I'm always forgetting stuff, but those should be more like a 350 meter range weapon, because they do way too much damage to be able to shoot you from that far away. Oh, Kron says less healing too, so they're taking away the healing and the damage. So if that's the case, those weapons are probably going to be crap, unfortunately. Best weapon for the Amugi. Alright, so I really like the Atomizer Quarker on the Amugi. I'm having a lot of fun playing that. Like somebody said, the Greller type of weapons are really good on there. I would suggest the healing weapons, but they're getting a major nerf, so they may no longer be good on there. What else is good on there? I used to really like the blast shotguns, but I haven't tried that in so long. I'm not sure if I would still recommend that or not. Pulsar Magnetar is decent. I can't guarantee whether or not you'll like that. I like that, but I can see how some people might not. The Hurricane and the Yojis. I don't know about the Yojis, but or the Hurricanes, honestly. Personally, that's not something I would run, but I don't like hurricanes. I don't like the dunes. Like, I hate playing those weapons personally. They're not necessarily that they're bad weapons, but I can't stand playing them. I hate them. I hate them. Alright, so Aaron says, I have cryptic hazards and use shredder, ultimate shredders. Yeah, if you got ultimate shredders, I mean, that's great. Any ultimate weapon on the Amugi, just about any ultimate weapon is going to be excellent. That's the thing. Most of the ultimate weapons are going to be good on any robot. Thing is, most people don't have a bunch of ultimate weapons, but if you do, yeah, that would be good. Sam Jock equals Samuel L. Jackson. Makes me want to say his famous catchphrase, but it's just 2 words and one of them's dirty, so I'm not going to say it. Ah, okay. Samir uses the Hussars and the, whatever the other thing is. Marquise. I can see that being good. If you like those weapons, I can see that being good. Personally, I think those weapons are a little bit too hard to aim, but they seem to do really good damage, so that's not a bad setup, actually. Not a bad setup at all. Alright, so our stream time is just about over for the day, guys and gals. If I miss anybody's questions, I'm sorry. I mean, the comments seem to be going kind of fast today, and I'm just yapping away. I'm like pop, 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 pop. So sometimes they scroll by as I'm yapping, and I'm sure I've missed some of them, and I'm sorry, but Mother of Dragons. Not exactly. I don't know about dragons, but what are some good weapons for Behemoth? Alright, so right now, I'm going to tell you what. There's basically 2 weapons I would run on Behemoth. Number 1 would be the Prismas, and I would try and keep my distance because Behemoth is so darn slow. You almost have to play it as a sniper from long range because it's too slow to escape from danger and it's too slow to get across the map. So Prismas on Behemoth are great, and the radiation weapons like the hazards. I don't remember if the hazards, the heavy, the medium, or light, but the hazard family of weapons and the Prismas are about the only 2 weapons I would really run on the Behemoth right now. There might be some, I don't remember if we have any ultimates with really long range, but I guess the Gauss might be decent as well. A Gauss might be good, but I would use him as a long range, almost like a sniper. Excellent. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming out, bud. I do appreciate it. Gravy. We'll see you out there, my man. Are Gauss good in Baglier? Yeah, I mean, if you like the Gauss, right, Baglier's got huge damage bonuses. I mean, 4 Gauss on there, I mean, if you like that weapon and you play that weapon correctly, I mean, that's a great weapon. That's a great weapon for that robot. I don't like that weapon because I hate that you have to let it reload and get back up to full power. I don't have the patience to play that weapon. But if you do have the patience to play that weapon, it hits really hard. Yeah, I just can't deal with the hurricanes. Like, I don't like them one bit. I don't like getting hit by them, but I don't like playing them. Spartan, yeah, most of those turrets you do have to spend your Doritos to get turrets, so thing is, I don't know. I don't really like the motherships. If you really think about it, I don't care. I don't particularly like motherships. Akuz, what do you mean try curry on dual mode? What is dual mode? Was it only on that one mode? Here, let me throw my curry in. We'll go play one game. Let's try it out. Let's try it and see if this happens. So we'll go ahead and stop the question and answer part, and I don't know if I have any specializations on my curry, but we'll throw them in and see what happens. I like curry. Yeah, we'll see if we can find any stacks really quick. Volts are cool weapons. Yeah, Volts, Gauss, and Webers. I don't know if it's Weber or Weber, but those are nice weapons. If you like sniping, you'll probably enjoy those. Probably. I don't like them, but most people probably will. Here, I'm just going to throw a basic drone on here really quick. We'll see if we get any stacks on this. Was there a specific weapon you were using on the curry? We'll throw a whiteout on there for the heck of it. But yeah, I don't have any specializations, so we're going to be playing without that. I'm mainly playing my BattleRec account for videos now, so. Oh, Decays. You were playing Decay on the curry, right? Let's throw those on there. Yeah, we'll go play one quick game. See if we see any kind of crazy. Hold on, I'm having a brain fart here, trying to remember which weapons I'm putting on here. Hold on a second. Where'd they go? There we go. Alright, we're going to try and look for a crazy... Oh, hammers? Well, crap sandwich. I put the wrong weapons on there. Gosh darn it all to dart it. Hold on, let me put the hammers on here. We'll try and get it set up similar because that may or may not matter. It really shouldn't matter, but we'll put the hammers on there. Alright, let's try this out. Random dual mode. Was it only doing it in that mode? Or was it doing it in all modes? I'm guessing it must have only been that mode if you're telling me to play this one. Let's see what happens. Mama. So right there we have 2 speed stacks. So right now I'm not getting any stacks of anything right now. I don't even have a healing module for this. So that I've got 2 speed stacks right now. Alright, we got a kill. Yeah, you must have been having a bug or something because I'm not getting anything like that. Here comes somebody else. Oh, it's in the Moogie. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Sir, stop shooting me, you invisible turd sandwich. How about you have some of this? Goodbye. What level is this guy's robots? I mean, these weapons are strong up close, but... Man! I'm gonna look and see what his hanger looks like afterwards, because it feels like I'm doing... Jeez! I hope the matchmaking isn't stupid on this game mode. But yeah, I'm not getting any damage stacks at all. I bet that was like a Silver Leaguer or something. Let's find out. But yeah, I was, whatever glitch you were having, I wasn't getting it there. A Diamond Leaguer, come on. Why would they put me up against somebody in Diamond League? Seriously. Mark 1 robots. That's why I don't play those special game modes, is the matchmaking doesn't make sense in the special game modes. No wonder, I mean, a level 3 Skyros, man. Level 2 Raptor. Why do... I don't understand this game mode. I really don't. Doesn't make sense. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, it wasn't... Whatever you were getting was obviously a glitch because it wasn't happening for me. But there's no like on a 1 versus 1, why would they put somebody with a almost maxed out Champion League hanger versus a Diamond League player? I just want that person to know, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not my fault the matchmaking's bad. But no, I never play that mode because I don't think it's fair matchmaking in those special modes. I mean, normally, even if you drop in a versus a 6 versus 6, there's usually like 2 Champion League players on each team. Then there's a couple of Diamond players, a couple of Silvers players, maybe a Bronze League player. And you're just like, why? Edward, thank you, buddy. Aku says, that's why it's called Random Duel. That's a little bit too random. That's too random. Legend, he says, today is not a good day. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Legend, how's your day going, bud? Why is it so bad? Hopefully it gets better. Yeah, Spartan, the Pyro and Infernos, I think they're going to kill them off. I hope those are one of the items they decide don't actually need nerfs, so maybe we'll be lucky. I mean, just like last time there was a big rounds of nerfs and buffs, they actually decided not to nerf the Luchador, right? They decided, okay, we're not going to nerf it. So not everything that's proposed on the nerfs or buffs are going to come true. Some of that stuff is not going to happen, if that makes sense. Probably about 80, I would say 80 to 90% of those nerfs and buffs are going to happen, but there's probably going to be some that are canceled. I mean, I've never seen a list of so many things. I mean, I bet at least a handful of that stuff doesn't happen. So we'll see how it goes, you know. Sheed, good night, buddy. Edward, thanks. I appreciate the donations and channel members and stuff. The extra support always helps big time. Thank you guys. So Yusuf and Edward, thank you for the donations today. Everybody who's a channel member, thank you as well. We definitely appreciate that. You guys and gals are awesome. Oh, Hillbilly, thanks, buddy. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Yusuf, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. Mardelli says, nice Q&A. Thanks. Alright, guys and gals. I got to get going. I just want to say thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just so you know, if you guys missed it, there is I did start a new giveaway. So I did make a new giveaway video. So we got 50 of the Sam Jock robots to give out. And then I'm also going to be, I'm not sure if it's the medium, the lights, or the heavies, but I'm also going to have 150 of the new weapons. I haven't started that giveaway yet, but those will be coming out very soon. So right now I did put a 50 Sam Jock giveaway video up, and then we will have some of the new weapons. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you guys find that and go get yourself entered to win. Entered to win. But anyways, thank you so much and have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time. See ya. You guys and gals are awesome.